Oh, hi. You probably just watched our Kickstarter for our brand new board game Mortals, Descent of the Gods. It's a cooperative 2 to 5 player battle arena game where you play as former gods from Greek, Norse, and Egyptian mythology. You work together to fight monsters, defeat death, and try to save the world. And yeah, I know what you might be thinking, that sounds pretty cool. But what can I actually learn about the game itself? How does it play? What makes Mortals a great game experience? Allow us to explain.
Mortals typically takes anywhere between 1 to 2 hours to play. During that time, you're going to be breaking into a museum, punching monsters, and finding sweet, sweet loot. But what's the overall feel of the game? Well, we wanted to simulate what the final act of a blockbuster film might be like. Think of any of your favorite franchises where a group of heroes must band together, find the villain's lair, and stop them before the end of the world. It's that back and forth feeling of are we winning, are we losing? And we simulate this by creating rising tension. You see, at the top of each game turn, you're going to be spawning monsters. Now, to keep things interesting, these spawns are random, as well as the types of monsters. In addition, this creates a sense of danger. Every time you're gonna flip over a card, you're waiting for that big nasty mythic to show its head.
Mythics. What are mythics? Well, mythics are the backbone of Death's army. They're monsters of myth and legend. In gameplay terms, you think of them like mini-bosses, all with varying health and unique abilities, like the Drow, who can walk through walls, or the Gorgon, who slows her enemies by turning them to stone. Mythics are fun, but a challenging obstacle to overcome.
Now you may be asking yourself, if monsters and mythics are appearing throughout the game, how am I to survive? Well, this is where our characters come into play. Remember, you're a once god, and once gods pack a pretty sizable punch. In game terms, there are 12 playable characters, 4 from each mythology. You could be Poseidon the Surfer, Artemis the Hunter, or even Anubis the Mortician. Being a once god is great and all, but remember, magic happens here in the experience bar and the cool powers you'll unlock along the way.
Remember when I mentioned that whole rising tension thing? Well, this only works if players are also ratcheting up their power as the game goes on, which is why experience is so important. You see, as the game progresses, you're going to unlock new powers. These powers help you overcome various snake monsters, but also help you create synergies within your own character. What that means is each new power builds on how your character fights. And since each character is unique, this means that no other player is going to overshadow you. This means you're the best at what you do. Which brings us to our next favorite thing about Mortals, teamwork. Oh, come on.
As a cooperative game, it is crucial that you work together as a team, and we've incorporated this in several ways. First, if any player dies during the first phase of the game, everyone loses. This rule is key to help players act on behalf of the team and not just for themselves. Besides, if you die early on, it's no fun to watch your friends explode ghosts and do sweet backflips without you.
Secondly, each character brings something unique to the game. You may remember a moment ago when we were talking about how all of the powers synergize with one another. Well, the same is true for the characters. There may be a moment where Aphrodite uses her allure to draw the enemy closer so that Thor can take that monster and drop kick it straight to the afterlife. It's moments like these that really emphasize the action and bring forth that element of teamwork to the game.
Finally, the last piece of the teamwork puzzle is how you gain experience. In most other games, players gain experience from individual accomplishments. That's sometimes true here, but the majority of the time, you're gaining experience as a team. You may not be the one to deal the final blow to the troll, but you help bring it down. With our experience system, we reward our players for working together.
When you bring it all together, each of these elements, the rising tension, the combos, the mythics, the teamwork, they all help to create the experience of a blockbuster film. And what blockbuster is complete without ending in a big crazy kaiju fight? So tell me, are you ready to go toe-to-toe with Death and his mythics? Are you prepared to fight the great and powerful destroyers? If so, check out Mortals, Descent of the Gods, and reclaim your godliness.